What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ClaysCoins. I believe competence creates confidence. This is not financial advice. Hit that like button and subscribe button, and let's get right into the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and my new favorite cryptocurrency. Potentially, at least my new favorite meme coin, hands down. Meme coin sounds a bit insulting because this coin just does so much more. Go ahead and comment down below right now what you think this coin is going to be. Alright, so starting off with Bitcoin, price update. At the time of this recording, we're looking at about $30,540.52, up 2.31% in the last 24 hours, which is great. 2.31% might not sound crazy, but if you're talking about 2.31% on like the Dow Jones or S&P 500 gaining, that would be crazy. You know, that's essentially what Bitcoin should be compared to, is a major pillar in the crypto sphere, because it is. I mean, at any given point, it's about, what, 40% of all of cryptocurrency's market cap? If you take a look right now, it's 46.2%, and Ethereum is 17.7%. So you have just an astronomical, well over a majority percentage of the entire cryptocurrency's market cap, all 19,713 combined, is Bitcoin and Ethereum. So when you're talking, you might not be invested in them necessarily, you might not think there's a lot of gains to be made from them, but when it comes to following price, there's almost no cryptocurrencies that are worth following more than these, because especially if you can time these right with the microcaps, you can really maximize some nice technical pumps. You can get Bitcoin and Ethereum right over on Webull with your stocks. You can get them. You can, I'm pretty sure by next year we should have a Bitcoin or an Ethereum ETF. So that would be a great place to grab that as well. You can do some Forex trading, some over-the-counter stocks. Webull has a bunch of options. You can take advantage because there's only a couple days left in Webull's 4th birthday promotion that they're celebrating by giving you up to 6 free stocks worth up to $12,600. It's generally between $30 and $300. So I'm telling you guys, you put in a penny and it's guaranteed to be almost $30, and it's going to go up to $300, upwards of $12,600. I mean, the return on your investment is astronomical. And if you guys did not notice, when it comes to Bitcoin, there's 91% of the circulating supply, or the max supply, in circulation currently. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. We're currently looking at 19,056, or 19 million rather, 56,493 Bitcoin in circulation. That price, you know, that number is only going to go up, and this number is not going to change. So the quicker this number gets closer to this, you're going to see that percentile circulating go up, and then once it's limited, capped, there will never be any more Bitcoin, and you will see unprecedented price movement from this cryptocurrency. And we'll also take a look at Ethereum real quick, sitting at the time of this recording at a little bit lower of a price, you know, at about $1,835.93. Usually, when Bitcoin sits at about 30,000, Ethereum is at about 2,000. Generally, when Bitcoin fell to about 28K, you saw Ethereum fall to about 1.8K. That's usually on par with each other. You know, if Ethereum's at 1.8, generally Bitcoin's at about 28. However, Ethereum took a big hit and a big dive a few days ago, and we'll see it on the chart here. Actually, I'm about to pull up the chart, but it took a nosedive when Bitcoin did not fall as hard. So that's one thing that is going to keep Ethereum down, I guess, a couple $100. You know, it's nothing crazy, but if you're talking about 2,000 and you're talking about 200, you know, that's a 10 percentile difference. You know, so keep these percentile gains in mind, because 10% on Ethereum is a massive amount, especially when just last fall we were looking at that Ethereum over $4,000. I mean, let's get real, guys. All right, guys, and we're gonna look at Bitcoin's chart here. We're currently looking at the weekly candles. This is, I mean, multiple years back, going back as far as February of 2020, and you know, Bitcoin has had a ridiculous uptrend long term. This is why many people say, when in doubt, zoom out. You know, this is a huge reason why. However, you can see this. You always want to trade if you're a trader. I don't necessarily recommend trading Bitcoin. It's not a, you know, the volatility in crypto is obviously way more than stocks. However, you can, if you're going to trade, I would suggest some much more tipsy-turvy altcoins and things that are going to give you a lot more of that volatility that's not necessarily as implied. However, if you can call Bitcoin Bitcoin paves the way for everything, so you don't necessarily have to physically trade Bitcoin to watch and monitor Bitcoin's price to trade in it, like I mentioned before. But looking at Bitcoin right here, these are weekly candles, keep in mind. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weekly candles in a row that were red candles. I mean, this is over a 9-week period, not counting the wick up there just because I don't want to readjust. You're talking about a 40 percentile drop in 56 days for Bitcoin, let alone the rest of the crypto market. So, the fact that Solana has outages and has just shut down, like the Windows power down sound, and then Terra Luna just yeeted itself out of existence and into a black hole, we'll say, with the whole Luna ecosystem type thing. But as you can see, obviously there's a huge wick on top, which we don't like to see. That's a lot of selling pressure. However, the Bitcoin weekly candle curse might finally be broken right now. It's looking like this last week of May. Right here, May 30th, this candle is green. It's a beautiful sight to see. So that's one thing that's awesome to see. We'll move into the 4-hour candles just so you can see a little bit better how we're looking. And it actually just popped out and showed some movement. We had a multiply confirmed downward descending channel right here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks are in these couple right here. Then you have 2 right here that were confirmed descending down, and then these were popping up. You had these flash breakthroughs with this mass amount of volume, but it was quickly shot back up as this is almost unforeseen territory for Bitcoin since 2020 or before. So these are, this is something you're not going to see in any sustainable fashion, let alone for a day or two. It would even be way more sustainable than I would imagine. So seeing it for a few hours, nothing to worry about. And we kind of, converged almost perfectly. If you were going to draw a line right through this, it was quite beautiful, right here. If you were to measure this out, this line held true, and then we had this pop, this break where something needed to happen. It happened a little earlier than I would have thought. I was expecting it to carry on a little bit more, which is why you can see I have an estimate right here of 25.7 thousand, which is where I think the worst case scenario for Bitcoin is going to be. I believe we will see 25.7 before we see 34 again, maybe. Definitely before we see 37. No question, I think before we see 37.4, we'll see 25.7, and what that means for Ethereum, we'll take a look right now. Looking at Ethereum on the 4-hour candle, you'll notice that we're looking at something similar setting itself up for a huge pop or a huge breakthrough, similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. We had more of a descending bottom. With Bitcoin, you'll notice the floor here was ascending. It was going up. With Ethereum, it kind of carried down. However, we're starting to develop some repetitive higher lows, and we've continued the trend of repetitive lower highs, creating this wedge that we should see some price action to break out of. We will most likely, in my opinion, obviously I'm not a rocket scientist, I'm not a fortune teller, I am not Elon Musk, I am not Nancy Pelosi. I can pride myself in saying that I'm certainly not her husband, but we'll never mind that because we don't want to get this taken down or anything. But I will say real quick, just complete side note, I was just talking about Pelosi, made me think about Keenan Grace. I recently picked up 10 more shares at AMC, so if you're an AMC ape, go ahead and put an ape emoji down in the chat. We can get that going, and follow me at RealClaysCoins over on Twitter, and interact with me over there. I'm always posting, but I think we can see Ethereum do a nice little mean reversion up to about here, up to about this 24, before settling down and heading. That's the thing, is we're probably going to see some price action that's going to be almost a dead cat bounce or a false liftoff, a false run, if you will, and it's not really going to be a bull run. It's going to be called off as a false start. And if you tried to run with it, you're probably going to get disqualified because it's not going to be great. You know what I mean? We're going to fall down, and I would imagine if we do fall, we could see about 16K. We could see, 1.6K. We could see closer to 14, 1.4, 1400, we'll say. That's the lowest I can see Ethereum going, guys. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not bullish on Ethereum or Bitcoin. I'm not necessarily bearish on the crypto market as a whole, just because I think we have more adoption than ever. However, I will say I notated on June 1st, I went through, you can follow me over on at RealClaysCoins on Twitter, because I actually tweeted this on June 1st. But in 2020, the market cap of all cryptocurrency combined was $270,278 million. The 24-hour trading volume of all cryptocurrency combined was $98,918 million. In 2021, the total market cap of all cryptocurrency combined was $1.6 trillion, and the 24-hour trading volume was $113 billion. And this year, June 1st of 2022, the total market cap of all cryptocurrency combined was $1.3 trillion, about $300 billion less than last year, with a 24-hour trading volume of $83 billion, about $30 billion less than last year. So while prices may be hitting lows that we haven't seen since 2020, volume and market cap are certainly holding up to what we saw last year. Looking at the daily candles for Ethereum, as you can see, this is definitely nothing bullish. And this descending channel here was just confirmed not too long ago again in April, with a couple confirmations right here, as you can see. And up here it was as well. Back in November was when we really started to form it and develop it. We have one confirmation, two right here, three, and then four. We've kind of held it. This is a wedge right here. This is where, in my opinion, some price action can happen. We might see something drop down and test. This is where I do believe about the 10th of July is what Bitcoin showed. So right around here, yeah, would be when we might head down and test that next support at the 1600. If not, the absolute lowest I say is 1400. I don't believe we'll be heading to 1286. We haven't tested the 1286 since what, January of 2021. So I mean, thinking about it like that, we might, but this is very far out. We're not looking at 2018. Look at 2020. 2020 was just an absolute dead year. We're talking about way more volume, way more adoption, way more widespread usage and regular accessibility to cryptocurrency than we've ever seen before. So I don't expect us to be able to drop to numbers like that, especially looking at how oversold the RSI is and the MACD crossing up here on the daily candle. Both of those are traditional bullish indicators for any type of investment opportunity. And now I bring to you guys my new favorite meme coin on the market. Arguably one of my new favorite cryptocurrencies, if not my new favorite cryptocurrency, Marshall Rogan Inu. I believe it's just Marshall Inu for copyright purposes now. However, yes, it is named after Joe Rogan's dog, Marshall Rogan. They dropped the Rogan in it just because, Joe is aware of it, and, I'm sure he's a supporter of the idea. He's a huge mixed martial artist. We'll get into that. However, Marshall Inu is what it is. Fighting for fighters is their motto. Hashtag fighting for fighters. You guys can get that trending on Twitter. Help them out. MRI is the ticker symbol, because you should probably get an MRI if you haven't invested in this cryptocurrency by now. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this video or on this channel is indication to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency, stock, NFT, anything like that, any investment opportunity. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but I'm going to give you some information, education, and better understanding of it, and then you can decide for yourself what you're trying to do, because with Marshall Inu, we could see this absolutely moon, for real, guys. We're talking about a 1 billion fixed max supply, okay? 1 billion. The tokenomics are phenomenal. They just did something that almost no meme coin does. I mean, this is unprecedented for the amount that they have. We're talking about a $24.2 million market cap. That is a microcap. This is tiny, with only 164,000 in volume. This is, these are not whale buys, guys. These are regular retail investors and supporters of the fight community, because they just took away the buy tax forever. There is no more buy tax. That is crazy. There was a 10% buy tax and they just took it away. This is a group that has changed the way that quote-unquote meme coins will be looked at forever. The number one wallet in the world holds like 14 or 15%. It's a dead wallet. So that's an incredible, because they're burning it. They're burning Marshall Anu, and they're donating. They've already donated $5 million. The market cap is 24.2 at the time of this recording. That's over 20% of the entire market cap has been donated. They don't get that back. That doesn't come back in any way. That's been donated, and they donate to things like that to help fighters out with camps, medical expenses, to access to better facilities for fighters in more impoverished countries. Because, guys, I mean, obviously I'm in America, but not everyone has the opportunities that everyone else does. Even in the United States, a lot of people have it a lot harder than others. And then when you go across the world, I mean, it's almost an entirely different life than what we're used to in Western civilization. So the fact that these guys really help fighters out, I'm a huge fan of the UFC, Bellator, Pride, Rise, and all. I mean, mixed martial arts in general is just one of my favorite sports. And the fact that they do this, they are always on Twitter, in Twitter spaces, multiple times a week it seems. They have a YouTube channel. You guys can go check them out. They were just talking to Dave Leduc, who's a professional fighter, a champion fighter in his sport, in his specific category of mixed martial arts. I will butcher the name right now, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I'm not going to try and come up with something goofy. But his website just started accepting Marshall Anu for their merchandise as a payment, which is incredible. That's massive, guys. I mean, think about how long it took Shiba Inu to land a real-world utility type thing with Newegg. That was a huge partnership. Remember when Newegg.com started taking Shiba Inu? Everyone was talking about this. No one's talking about this yet because it literally just happened a couple hours ago. At the time of this recording, I was on the Twitter Spaces call. It's recorded, so you guys can go over and listen to it and check out. I mean, these guys are transparent. The entire project, the code is translucent in it of itself to its users. Anyone can access it, see what's going on, what they're doing, what their plans are. If they haven't already updated you personally, audibly through these Twitter Spaces, I mean, it's just awesome. And through these Twitter Spaces, as a UFC fan and a fighter fan, you get to see different fighters come through. And on their YouTube channel, they had Rose Namajunas, former UFC champion who lost the belt in arguably the most boring fashion of all time. The current 135 champion, Aljamain Sterling, the Funk Master, has made an appearance on their YouTube channel, I believe, and possibly Twitter Spaces. Brandon Moreno, who's constantly with Figueiredo for the 125. He was the first Mexican champ in UFC history, and he is a brand ambassador with Marshall Anu. The undefeated, undisputed, absolute GOAT, pound for pound of any mixed martial art ever, Chael Sonnen, is an ambassador. And I mean, you guys, Bobby Green had a bunch of stuff taken care of for him by Marshall Anu. Gilbert Burns had some medical expenses taken care of for him. Ian Heinisch had some medical expenses taken care of for him. I mean, these guys have done incredible things for great, hardworking people, and it's going to show in a massive way because this is already pumped. This is already done big X's and then came back down upon launch because when it launched, people just flooded into it. A bunch of fighters were talking about it. Colby Covington shouted it out, I'm pretty sure, which is huge. You know what I mean? You have big draws like that, but you don't have the big draw. You don't have Connor talking about it yet, or Masvidal, or, you know, any of the Diaz brothers. You don't have the biggest pay-per-view draws dropping MRI and talking about it on Twitter. And when you do, you're going to see a skyrocket because with only 1 billion tokens in circulation, we can absolutely see this run up to 50 cents. We can definitely, within reason, see this jump to $1, which would be a $1 billion market cap. 1 billion at the time of this recording wouldn't even put it in the top 50. 500 million, which would be at 50 cents a token, wouldn't even put it in the top 75. These are not unrealistic numbers for what could be, arguably, the #1 meme coin ever. You're talking about Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, all right? Let me just break that. I was thinking about this a little bit ago. Shiba Inu is more comparable. However, the circulating supply is just massive, and it still had insane run-ups in price and historic gains for return on investment. Dogecoin was massively reliant on one person tweeting and talking about it. Probably the most talked about person in all of STEM fields, which is Elon Musk. Whenever he would talk about it, he has such a massive reach that it would skyrocket the price. It would bring in a bunch of FOMO buying, different things like that. You have Marshall Inu, where Joe Rogan, if he talks about it, who has the #1 podcast in the world, and on average, according to an article I read, gets 11 million listeners per episode of his podcast, which comes out multiple times a week. So we're talking about like 55 to 66 to 77 million listeners per week. And if he started endorsing Marshall Inu, talking about it regularly, the price pumps this could have. I mean, look at where Shiba Inu and Dogecoin are regularly sitting. We're talking about top 10 to top 25 cryptocurrencies, and they don't do close to as much as MRI is already doing, in my opinion. I mean, they've given away $5 million, guys. Come on. This is, in my opinion, the perfect combination of the fastest growing sport and the fastest growing investment opportunity, which is the UFC and mixed martial arts and cryptocurrency. Because when you talk about, real estate, the stock market, cryptocurrency is like, I mean, it is the #1 nuanced, fastest growing investment opportunity. And when you're talking about sports, I don't know if there's anyone pulling growth numbers over the past couple years that like the UFC. In particular, the UFC, which is the most commercial organization in the world, I think is fair to say. But Dana White, being the best promoter of all time, has done an excellent job blossoming the UFC into being a major sport. I mean, I live in America, so the major sports are basketball, football, baseball, hockey, and maybe soccer. I consider soccer just because I used to play, but I wouldn't consider the MLS really a major sport. I know more people that watch the UFC than hockey, and I watch the UFC over baseball. So in my opinion, from my perspective, UFC is a top 3 sport, and with everything with Eagle FC doing what they're doing with Habib Nurmagomedov's organization, they've already had almost 50 events, and the quality of the camera cuts and the presentation and everything is it's spectacular, guys. The UFC, mixed martial arts, is not going out anywhere. Cryptocurrency isn't going anywhere. Meme coins, certainly, and memes themselves are not going anywhere. And once you get past the quote-unquote meme coin part of this, the tokenomics, the circulating supply, the technicals, and then the fundamentals, guys, this is honestly, if you guys can't tell by me going off about this, this is one of my favorite, if not my favorite cryptocurrency currently at the moment. This is up there. Drip is up there. Obviously, BNB has been great. Litecoin is a great cryptocurrency. But right now, guys, I would really be looking at Marshall Rogan Inu. One thing I will show you guys how to do real quick, because another huge bullish factor for Marshall Inu is it is on no tier 1 exchanges. It is on no major exchanges yet. So when it hits those major exchanges, any of them, Binance, Kraken, Coinbase. Oh, speaking of which, Gemini, in random breaking news, just announced that they're going to be laying off 10% of their staff, so they're not doing too well. Once they get listed on a tier 1 exchange, it's going to be massive amounts of opportunity to buy, which is going to skyrocket the price, as you guys know. But you can simply get it right over on PancakeSwap or Uniswap. They recently have already bridged over to the Binance Smart Chain, so you can either get it on Uniswap on Ethereum, or you can pick it up on PancakeSwap on BSC, which is great. That's where I get mine. Very, very low fees, if you guys didn't know. All you got to do, I'm on marshallinu.com, and how to buy right here, buy with USD. You can go wherever you want. Mobile guide, desktop guide, they have everything for you guys. They lay it right out for you. You can stake, you can provide to liquidity pools. I'm not affiliated with these guys in any way. It would be pretty awesome if I was able to be, but this is just something I really wanted to bring you guys because it's one of my favorite projects, and it's been a long time, especially in market conditions like this. that I've been truly this excited about a project, so I figured I would bring it to you guys. Alright, that's going to be everything for the video today, guys. Go ahead and put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below if you enjoyed the video. As you know, I wanted to bring you guys the Bitcoin update, Ethereum update, the price updates for those, and then let you guys know about my new favorite meme coin, which is Marshall Inu. Definitely go check it out. Hashtag fighting for fighters at RealClaysCoins on Twitter. Go ahead and hit me up there. Get that hashtag trending. You can follow Marshall Inu over there. They have professional UFC fighters speaking on Twitter almost weekly. It's really cool. You know what I mean? And it keeps you up to date because not only are they dropping excellent crypto alpha, they're talking about different upcoming fights, and you have like professional fighters giving their predictions on upcoming fights, which I as a sports fan love. There's just something about a master at a craft talking about others and giving predictions on others in that craft. I don't know. There's something about it. You guys let me know. But anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join the channel to become a member, a true supporter. Other than that, hit that webull link to take advantage, and make sure you can get up to $12,000 for just depositing 1 penny. Thank you guys. Stay safe. Have a great day.